Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are joining us live for an exciting day of Valorant because it is the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals quarter-finals, if I'm not mistaken. And joining me for today's cast is going to be Kitty. Hi, Kitty.
Good afternoon, Tara. Nice to be back here again.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, what a tournament to cast. 100,000 rupees of prize money on the line for these teams who are taking part. And the format was something that we absolutely love. Multiple qualifiers, so many teams taking part, and every team having that opportunity to prove that they are within the top 8 teams of the country, which is something amazing. I always like these types of formats because it always gives a chance rather than a straight up knockout or a double elimination bracket. It always gives these teams a chance to prove themselves. And we actually have a couple of new names here. We have team SIGEN Esports, and we have team Tenacity, we have PJP, and yeah, so we have basically 3 new teams compared to the normal top 8 teams that we are used to. Yeah, so yeah, go ahead, Kitty.
Yeah, so absolutely, as you said, we do have the big names which we have heard in the likes of Valorant Esports Arena, especially in Sri Lanka. We have the likes of WG, we have the likes of Maxim Esports, we have the likes of Team Evox, as well as New Alliance, and we have the new names, as you said. So just to give a brief recap about how this worked, we had the 4 qualifiers which were held in February. We had 4 qualifiers where 32 teams competed in each qualifier, and we selected the top 2 teams of each qualifier, and they are now here in the final stage of the Esports Valorant Rivals Tournament, as you so rightfully said.
That is right, and of course you need to give a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL for organizing this tournament. And if you are interested in taking part in more tournaments like this, head on over to esports.slt.lk and check out the platform that they have. They have multiple tournaments that are coming up, and y'all can register for the tournament. Also, you're able to basically buy anything from in-game currency and basically get rewarded for the tournaments that you play in terms of SLT points from the SLT platform as well. So make sure to check it out. There's so much happening there, and a massive shout out to these guys. I mean, 100,000 rupees in prize money, and the format is absolutely amazing. And with that, we do have the rosters for game number 1. It is going to be Union Gaming, Valorant. It is going to be Scrim, Benji, Chroms, KUCF, and Roach on the side of UG, and then on the side of team SIGEN we have Hawks, Yugi, Mad-Eye, Roset, and Dexter. So like I said, this aside from UG, very well known. It's a combination of previously really strong team WG New Order. So now they are basically combined into this one team on the side of UG, the extremely strong team. And with that, we do have the maps here. We have Bind being picked up by UG. We have SIGEN going for Icebox, and a decider on Fracture. What an interesting set of maps to have. I mean, I love the fact that there is Fracture and Icebox here, and even Bind. We have kind of moved away from seeing Ascent a lot, which I absolutely hate. What are your thoughts, Kitty, on the maps?
Absolutely, I think this is going to be a really interesting match. I hope we go all the way. It's always interesting to see a Fracture in the pick. And I think we also need to mention the fact that I think this is actually the first time that we are seeing Icebox being played actually after the update. It's the first time we are seeing it after the update, especially on the big screen. So it's going to be interesting to see what new strats that these teams can come up with. And yeah, let's hope for a good game.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that Team SIGEN picking this up, they might have something in their back pocket as well, because they know that they are up against one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team right now on the side of UG. So they need to come up with a couple of strats, some surprise plays, and what better map to do it other than Icebox. I mean, it has been changed over and over, and it is always one of these pocket maps that teams have to outperform another team who is maybe a little bit higher skill than you. And with that, we also do have a giveaway happening for everyone watching as well. So if y'all can answer the question on screen right now, make sure to type the answer in the comment section. We'll be selecting the winner at the end of this series. So who is the last agent to be released in Valorant right now? The answer A, Killjoy, answer B, Brimstone, answer C, Neon, and answer D, Viper. Make sure to type your answer in the comments. Y'all will be informed who the winner is later on once the match series ends. So make sure to answer, and you'll be going away with some exciting prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. So with that, I think we should be getting into the game very shortly. I think we are just waiting on a couple of things to get ready up, and the players ready up basically before we get into that game number 1. And with that, Kitty, what do you think we are going to be seeing bind? What do you think we are going to see in terms of agent composition here?
Absolutely. Bind, of course, is one of the key maps that WG, or rather, apologies, UG likes to play on. So we will see the likes of arrays when it comes to duelist. We will see either a Sova or a Sky. We know teams prefer to go on a Sova, especially on Bind. So that is something to consider. I know Defiance likes to play a Viper sometimes on Bind. But nonetheless, maybe a Viper, maybe an Omen, because Omen is now one of the picks alongside an Astra. So I'm a bit iffy on which pick it might be in terms of controller. And yeah, I've seen Scrim play Sage even on Bind. And in the likes of the side of Team SIGEN, I think we'll see the same lineups.
Yeah, I also feel like Scrim might actually stick here to the Sage, just because they do have that they do have Roach as a duelist as well. So I think Scrim can take a a little bit of a backseat here, play his Sage, give Crumbs his Raze, and then Roach picking out someone like Arena, which is his main and which he is known for. But again, having said this, I have seen UG change things up a little bit here and there. We might see a change. We'll have to wait and see, because this is the first time we are seeing these teams play on the new patch, as well as on the big screen after some time now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do come up with. And then on the side of Team SIGEN, this is no joke of a team. I mean, this is a really good team. They have made it all the way into the top 8. I know a couple of these players. I know how high skilled they are. So they are definitely able to bring the fight to this side on Team UG. But whether they can put enough pressure, it will all come down to how much they keep their confidence up and how much they treat UG as just another team, without taking them as one of the best teams in the country. You treat them as another team that you meet in maybe a ranked pub or whatever, and you play your game. I think they'll be able to give a really good fight here. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. And just having some Valorant issues, I think everyone knows after the update we've been having crashes. What do you have? Val 9, Val 5, Val 49, I don't know. There's so many errors that come up after the update. So one of the players are having an issue connecting in. So hopefully we'll be getting into the game. I think it did start. So we should be getting into the agent select shortly. And we'll have all our questions answered in terms of what these players will be playing with. I'm interested to see, especially I think Kitty mentioned the controller. It is definitely an iffy situation now, because you have Brimstone and Omen who are like extremely buffed after the update. And then you're like, do I really still want to play Viper? And Defiance on that side does play a really good Omen as well. So does he want to switch out from that, especially since he was buffed? So going to be an interesting one here for sure. Let's have a look at what the agent select is going to be like. So Scrim is sticking to that Sage. Roach is hovering over Sky here. But we do have a couple of Brims being hovered over, and like I said, Brim is so strong right now, it's absolutely insane. The Stim Beacon, Speed Boost, the smokes, yeah.
And you can get some real good value of the orbital strike as well. And it looks like, yeah, Defiance might be sticking to that Brimstone. Benjay still hovering over, maybe a Cypher, maybe not. And of course, on the side of Team SIGEN, once again, we are seeing that Brimstone being picked up alongside a Sova. And it looks like they'll be opting for a double duelist lineup for this match.
Yeah, it seems to be a double duelist lineup here, and we have the Cypher coming out on the side of SIGEN, and change it up to a chamber, so it's going to be a double chamber on either side.
Yeah, Chamber, of course, has been one of the agents we've seen being picked up more, especially in these past few lineups as well. But okay, so there you go. SIGEN deciding to go with that Cypher instead, and Benjay sticking to that Chamber. We know Benjay's really good with that, with any gun in his hand, and to have that, sniper in his back pocket and having the Headhunter as well will be really good for him.
Indeed. So bit of a different lineup from either side. I mean, I think other than the Brimstone and the Raze, everything else is pretty much different. So both teams are looking to play their own game here, having their own strats in the back pocket, but it is going to be UG starting off on the defense and SIGEN on the attack here. So I mean, The attack doesn't look too bad. We have Milkman on that Cypher to lurk, to catch anyone who is rotating out. We have a Mad Eye on that Raze, as well as the Reyna to be able to enter these sites. And I really love watching bind games because always the entries have always been really fast, especially on that B side. It is always a very fast execute if they are coming into the side, and it's always chaotic and really entertaining to watch.
Absolutely. So yeah, the only difference when comparing the teams, of course, SIGEN opting to go with double duelist. For the first time, actually, I'm saying I think UG being the more passive side with the picks this time, opting for a Sage instead. But yeah, otherwise the teams seem to be matching in a sense. And yeah, let's see how things go.
For sure. And you did say that, you know, UG is passive in terms of their lineup, but it is Scrim on the Sage. So whether he does play passive on this character is going to be another question altogether, because I have seen him on bind with Sage.
And even playing Sage, I've seen him with an operator in his hand, and it is not something you want to be on the receiving end of. But speaking nonetheless, we are seeing an aggressive push here coming from the TP. Both Roach and the Rays have made their way into the TP. The paint shells might flush them up.
Still everyone huddled up outside of Hookah here. Still haven't really made any movement here to get map control, but we do see the rotation coming out from the side of Team SIGEN, and we do see a couple of players on the side of UG also. We have Scrim as well as Defiance moving in back into A site here. They might have read this properly, because we do have a full 5-man hit coming towards his A site now.
Absolutely, and we have the likes of the Cypher just making his way slowly through Shaz, which is something that Team UG have decided to let go of, and we see the Brimsmokes hiding the plant.
Mad Eye just going insane.
Mad Eye.
Finds 2 inside lamps. A bit of trades happening here and there, but as the dust settles, it's going to be a 2v2 now. Defiance picks up 2 onto Milkman as well. They do need to defuse as well, so Roach and Dexter, good for 2, takes out Roach and Defiance both, and secures the pistol round on the side of Team SIGEN. Off to a good start. You won this pistol round, you won that boost of confidence, and we already saw Mad Eye just going absolutely ham. He definitely seems to be feeling it, but let's see how UG plays on their save here.
Absolutely. I'm not quite sure where Mad Eye got that double kill from. I believe he was playing inside U-hole, maybe? Okay, yeah, inside
lamps. It was lamps, yeah.
And yeah, and he got that 2k, which kind of turned the tide really, really quickly, and that was a really good round from the side of Team SIGEN. And as you said, a real confidence booster going into the first semi-buy round coming out from them.
Seems to be another B hit coming through here. We have Benji though taking out Yugi here. The chamber with his built-in sheriff basically taking out UG there. And Mad Eye also screamed good for another here. This is a Byron already faltering on the side of Team SIGEN here, losing 2 players already.
Yeah, it looks like Team UG just pushed and played quite aggressively there on the A main front, and were able to get 2 kills for the Troubles. And right now Dexter just recuperating there. Benjay spots 1.
Bit of a tough situation now for SIGEN, because they don't want to lose any more players, and they can't afford to lose the round either, because they did buy on all 5 players here.
Indeed, just holding on to seeing how Team UG, if they will push. But no, of course, UG is playing smart. They did get the initial kills, they did the damage that they wanted to do, and they're backing off, waiting for SIGEN to make the first move. The smokes come in. And how
Crumbs
they approach
did get healed up now, yeah. Crumbs was low, but he got healed up, and Crumbs picks up the kill onto Dexter, picks up another onto Milkman. What a shot! The Frenzy Maniac here, and last man remaining, and that go is, takes out 1, but Scrim is going to be able to trade him out, and that's a thrifty coming out from UG already. And okay, I was talking about confidence, but that's got to put a dent in that for sure.
Absolutely, and I think we need to commend Roach there on the perfect guiding light coming in, as Chromes just went for that 2k. The flash was on point, and Chromes just managed to take advantage of that, and he got the 2 kills. And as you said, that puts the score 1-1, and Team SIGEN did not make the best out of their semi-buy round, which puts UG on the front foot.
Yeah, and usually didn't even is not even going to full buy here. They are on a Spectre buy here. We have only Chroms on a rifle here. Benji in the meantime finds Yugi on B long. That was oh my god, Roach with that Sheriff will take out Mad Eye, and Chroms gets another as well. Turning out to be a very fast round, but the two players left on the side of SIGEN here all the way towards spawn side here. But we do have Bad Gois pushing all the way towards B long here. Pistol in hand. And we might see the Cypher go down here.
And Govers just split up, and Chroms and Roach just pushing that. They know where Milkman is, but they're not quite sure where Govers is. Just letting him be, saving that rifle, playing it smart. And picking up the orbs, filling up those ults as well.
So trap was taken out by Bad Guy. This gives information that at least one player is there. So double TP coming out from the side of UG to take control of Puka there. But meanwhile, Benji will find Milkman down to the last man on the side of SIGEN, and it's going to be a flawless coming out from the side of UG here. And making their buy round work, or rather half buy here. And they are extremely good in terms of economy now.
Indeed, that initial pressure coming out on the A main side from UG still is yet to be matched with aggression by the side of Team SIGEN. I think that is where they are losing their first picks. I think they lost 3 players there in this round alone. So yeah, they might either have to contest that, or even stay out of it. And we see a judge coming out from, I believe that is a raise from the side of Team SIGEN.
Indeed. And we do have a smoke. So Chroms will get spotted out here.
Scanning ahead.
So a lot of information being gathered here, but not really doing anything with it. So we did have the recon going out as well as the drone, and they didn't really push off of that. So now they don't have any information to go through, and it's going to be a tough one. They might have to wait for the recon to come back up. And meanwhile, Chroms speaks at the last moment and gets UG as well as Dexter here. There is a trade though, but the damage has already been done. It's a 2v4 left. Roach picks up the kill onto Mad Eye with that Sheriff, and they are in a horrible situation now, yet again.
Indeed, once again, Milkman and the Govers are left to fend this in a 2v4 situation. Not looking good for them at the moment. The better guns in the hands of Team UG, spamming through that, spamming through the smoke rather. The blinding light follows.
One enemy remaining.
Scrim is good for 1, Scrim is good for a second, and just like that, with a 3k, he ends the round, making the score 3-1 in the favor of Team UG. See, this is what we talked about, right? This is the initial aggression coming up from A main. Of course, SIGEN tried to match that with their utility, their drones, and the recons coming up as well. But nonetheless, UG just proving they were better in that gunfight, or rather in those few fights which happened along A main.
I feel like they didn't make use of that utility though. That's the problem. I think the recon dart went out, the owl drone went out, but no one really pushed off of that. It was just they were all huddled up outside of that smoke, not really doing anything. And we are seeing this instant replay here of the last 2 kills. Falling Scrim coming in with the blinding light from Roche.
One enemy remaining.
Finishing off the last 2 kills. But now getting back in, we do have a little bit of a scuffle. Mad Eye good for 1, but Roach is going to be able to trade him out here. So it's a 1-for-1, and the resurrection will come out onto Benji. So it's a half buy on the side of.
5, 3, 4. Yes, SIGEN, I think, only playing with the Sheriffs in hand. They could not buy, or rather they opted for a half buy here. Scrim, meanwhile, with the operator in hand. We talked about this earlier. Scrim putting that operator to good use once again, picking up, and of course Defiance picking up UG. Bad Gov is there for the trade, leaving him alone in a 1v4.
1v4 and an ace to clutch. Let's see whether he can pull it off. He has a Sheriff and a Spectre to do it, but it's going to be a tough one. Map control has been taken. Scrim has pushed all the way up from B long here. He's going to be holding this very easily, and we do have who is it? Benji? Yeah, Benji covering Puka. It's going to be a long round for Bad Gois here. He does hear people rotating. Scrim is going to be holding the angle. Oh, timing. Oh, gets 1. Does he know that Benji is here? Takes out the Spectre, and he's good for another kill here, but Roach is going to come through the teleport to clean him up, and a good effort, but it's going to be 4-1 on the board, and UG is steamrolling right now.
Indeed, Goviz does his damage, manages to, you know, kill, I believe, Benjay. That is the operator dropped. I don't think Roach picked it up at the end of the round. So yeah, decent eco there, but maybe Scrim might
Weapon
pick
here.
up another one. Speaking of Scrim, of course, there he is with the op in hand.
Cypher removed.
Look at that replay. This man, I tell you, with an op in his hand.
One enemy remaining.
And Defiance, and there we go.
Definitely an absolute beast. Probably the best operator player in the country right now. I don't think he's even contested in terms of you know, being the best operator player. But with that, we do have the showstopper coming out. The Trailblazers, Chroms will take out Mad Eye. So not a lot of damage being done. It's going to be a fast round. Roach going to be good for 2 here, and it's already down to a 2v4. Chaotic at the start, where the operator coming into play as well. Trying to get some information. We have Bad Goids moving out. He does get spotted out. Blinding light in hand.
And once again, it's Milkman and Goviz who are left alone in this. Goviz is good for 1. Roach gets taken down, making it a 2v3. It is winnable. Making their way slowly but surely towards B side. But of course, here we have
One enemy
coming to
remaining.
close angle. Benjay is good for 1 with the.
Down B.
Yep. There we go. With the tour de force in hand. He's good for 1, holding the angle. And once again, Bad Go is left alone in a 1v3 situation.
And Scrim does not miss with the operator, cleans him out, and it's going to be 5-1 in favor of UG. It was a bit chaotic again. The utility coming out from SIGEN, not really getting anything done. We had the showstopper coming out, didn't do anything at all, didn't get the kill that he wanted, and the immediate counterplay from Roach there, throwing out his seekers, and the blinds to follow up as well. Just disrupting that entire push coming out from SIGEN. It's just really good game sense and gameplay coming out.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Tough situation for SIGEN to be in right now. They need to maybe win one of these rounds to get that, you know, stop the bleeding, basically. Scrim trying to be cheeky. They're trying to hit the knife arm of Soa, who was hitting the wall.
He sees a pixel angle, but unable to get the kill. Roach, of course, good to take down the Aldrone. Benjay, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, I believe, takes off
yes,
Goviz. That is a Brimstone off the board for the side of Team SIGEN.
And that's a massive dent, because that's their controller, and the smoke's down. Meanwhile, he pushes forward. Mad Eye will take out Benji with a bucket, no less. Dexter with a stinger takes out Chroms.
Eliminate.
Oh no!
Thank you.
I'm not sure what UG was doing. I think he was just standing out.
Nonetheless, Scrim is good to take down UG with the operator in hand. Things slow down for a moment.
Left.
Once again, in a 3v3, Scrim holding A with the op in hand. And of course, SIGEN slowly rotating back to the B side. But of course, as you can see, Milkman is still lurking here in A, might be able to catch guard. And he does have his ult if he needs to use it.
I think
He might have got spotted there.
10 seconds left.
Yes, indeed, he does. Scrim is good for that kill. Making it a 3v2. They take the TP. But of course, the plant is going down as Dexter takes it in B side. The first flash comes in.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Blinds go out, and Mad Eye is
One
good
enemy
for the
remaining.
kill onto Roach, but the trade
Last
is going to be there
player
from Scrim. It's Dexter versus Defiance, but Defiance will put him down to clean up the round. What was that Scrim's op shot? Did he hit that while dropping down from hookah?
No, I don't think so. I think we weren't able to spectate that, but I believe he was still in hookah on that shot line. Okay, maybe we might see a replay. Okay, once again, Scrim, the first skill on UG. There we go. That's 1.
Thank you.
And this was basically Milkman. He was not actually spotted, but it was just Scrim holding the angle there. And he was good for 2. Will get his. He does get the 3rd at the end of the round as well. But we are heading into round number 8 right now, and it's 6-1 in favor of UG, and a tough situation for Team SIGEN to be in.
Absolutely. And once again, things have slowed down a bit here. The initial aggression is being kept at bay rather. UG deciding to play this round a bit more passive, and we have Team SIGEN stacked up outside of A main, and one player lurking his way through showers as well. It looks like the attention might be focused here for the side of A, but the paint shots come in, pushing them back for a little bit. Mad Eye goes for his first kill. That is Crumbs taken off the board. The Guiding Light comes in.
Oh, the orbital strike might get, yeah, it does get Roach, and we have satchering forward. No way! Did Mad Eye just satchel into his own team? Oh.
Yes, he was like 7 HP, I believe, and that was enough to take him, put him out of his misery.
Okay,
and there we go.
Coming out here, but not going to do too much damage.
With his own.
And Scream takes out that race now.
Last player standing.
Oh no, it's a 1v3 here. UG left in a 1v3. Scream, but just mauling absolutely everyone right now with this operator in hand, making it a 7-1 right now. Yes, that was another 3k coming out from Scream, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yes, it was another 3k with that open hand. And maybe if Mad Eye didn't die to his own orbital strike, he might have made something out of it. But nonetheless, that was quite unlucky. And there we go, the first kill coming up from Defiance there, as he pushes them out with his orbital strike. And Scrim was good to clean 3 kills with that open hand.
Oof. This man is just too good on this operator. The flicks happening left, right, and center, and he does not miss at all. Sitting on 14 kills. Meanwhile, the push seems to be coming towards the B side here. It's going to be a B long push. We have the Hunter's Fury coming out from SIGEN as well. It's again going to do some damage to Mad Eye, but they're pushing out Scrim. Meanwhile, takes out Milkman coming into the side. Defiance stuck here. Mad Eye spamming through into this B long. They know that all 5 players are here. Scrim pushing out with the Crumbs. In the meantime, will fight that kill with the paint shell and finds another onto bad goaways, and Scrim with the cleanup onto Text, and absolute mauling by UG here. They do not care at all at this point.
Indeed, UG read that play perfectly. They knew it was going to be a B push. They stuck 2 players, or rather maybe 3 players in hookah. They had 2 more playing inside. They literally just stacked inside B, and Team SIGEN just funneled themselves into it and got mauled down by the likes of Crumbs and Scrim just holding that angle with the open. Look at this. Scrim, the Sage, the Battle Sage rather, with 16 kills on the board. With that op, he is a beast. And the score is 8-1 in favor of UG.
Like I said, when UG picks up Sage on Scrim, you cannot really say that they are playing passive, because it is a duelist for the side of UG. I mean, this man is absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Crumbs pushes through the teleport here. There was a blind, and we have the showstopper coming out and killing. Bad Go is good for 3. Now he is looking for the last 2 here. Crumbs are just going absolutely ham with the aid of Roach there. And meanwhile, Scrim will pick up Dexter, last man. And Yugi is stuck. He gets one here, trying to fight it off. But yeah, tough situation. And it's going to be 9-1 going into this 11th round. Things are definitely not looking great.
Indeed. I mean, you know, UG, of course, has been playing in this map forever. This is a map that they really, really like. So the fact that you know, they are loved to roam free on bind is not something you want, especially in best of 3, but nonetheless, this is what they have, and hopefully we might see a few more rounds for the sake of Team SIGEN being picked up. But nonetheless, look at this. Crumbs just coming up there, 1 kill with the aid of Disguise, the second with a showstopper, and the third just pure gunplay, and of course Scrim and Roach just cleaning things up on the other side as well.
Now we do have the round starting up. Mad Eye gets 1. Scrim will get taken out. That's the operator down. Roach in the meantime will have the trade on to Mad Eye. So now this is a winnable round. It's a 4v3 now. Can they do it is the question. Looking for a weapons upgrade. Dexter has been shot down.
The neural threat got used, so they know there is a chamber coming on flank. But of course Dexter is good for that kill on Roach. Finally, Team SIGEN on the lead, but no, Defiance!
God.
Defiance just says no. You shall not pass. And just like that, that was a 3k. It was a what? It was a 4v2 in favor of Team SIGEN. But just like that, this man changes it around.
And now trying to get into the plant, but the follow-up coming from behind hookah as well as B main here. Bad Go is in a bit of a iffy situation. Defiance knows this. He's not going to be pushing. It turns his back, and Benji with the peak at the right time will clean up bad goals, making it 10-1 going
Last
into this
round
last
before the
round
switch.
before the half.
Indeed, that was, I believe, it looked like a winnable round there for Team SIGEN, but then the play coming out from the likes of Defiance there. There we go, 1, 2, and a 3, the perfect recoil control. That is what changed around for them. And yeah, what a play there from Defiance.
Bad Go is there, just opening himself up to be shot in the back. But we are heading into this last round again. A massive push coming out from the side of UG here. Scrim is good for 1. Crumbs will pick up that kill with the boombot, and they are pushing forward even more. Benji in the meanwhile finds Milkman. Bad Go will get the trade onto Benji. Oh. Resurrection coming out. Bad Go is stuck in a iffy situation, and now all down to Yugi to try and clash this out. Definitely doable. We had 7 die to a molly there as well. I think Scrim died to the molly.
Yeah, trying to res, I think, Benjay there, and died to the molly. But nonetheless, Crumbs with the operator in hand. Does he know where Yugi is? Or rather, where Yugi is?
Yeah. We'll pick up the spike, and Yugi is going to be good for the kill onto Crumbs. So definitely doable here. It is a Reyna we are speaking of, so it's going to be a 2v1.
The Sim comes in to help him in aid of this. He spams through the smoke, but look, this Yuki is playing really close to it. He gets tagged. The flash comes in.
Oh, he comes through! Roach.
There we go, Roach. The timing.
I thought Roach didn't see him at all, but yeah. Yeah, it did.
Switching sides.
Barely sees him, I believe, just from the corner of his eyes, and that's just enough for him. He just flicks on it. And there. The score is 11-1 as we head on to the second half. Not looking good for Team SIGEN.
Yeah, definitely not looking good right now. But let's see what they can do in this second half. Obviously, they need to win the pistol round here. They cannot afford to lose any more rounds, basically. And a pistol round will be the start for their comeback. I mean, if it was 9-3, I would have been, hopeful that they will be able to pull it back. But things aren't looking great right now.
Yeah, I mean, now you know why UG likes to play in blind so much.
Yep, and it's going to be a faster hit. They are going to be rushing in, and no holds barred here, just completely rushing into the side. Dexter needs to be careful. He might have got shot in the back there, but he picks the 3-bad push through labs. What
Dexter was not ready for that, and there we go. The spike is already down. 1 player is left. And scratch that, make it a 5v3. Scratch that, make it 5v2. And Govis is good for 1. And Scrim there with a knife kill.
Right between bad Govis.
Okay, for a second.
Oh, another ding. He's good. And another knife coming out. Scrim with a double knife kill.
Disrespect coming out from Scrim over here.
Match point.
See, like, look at the execute coming out from UG, right? They used the utility, they got the information that they needed, and they were already mid-execute when they were getting that information. I mean, they're so fast in the execute that SIGEN did not stand a chance, and this is what I feel like that was lacking on the side of SIGEN on their attack. They used the utility, but they didn't really follow up with it. But we have UG using those trailblazers, using the paint shells, getting ground inside the site. I mean, that's where you need to use your utility for. And that's exactly what was not happening. Again, it's going to be a faster A-hit coming out. Baki in hand, Benji good for 2, running in through the smoke. And this will be game. I assume it's going to be a 3-0, but Madai for 1. Onto Scrim, Baki in hand. UG finds another onto Defiance, a winnable round now. The force by coming out, and Kroms in the meantime with the Baki of his own will check out Madai. Roach is going to be good for the kill onto Milkman, and Yugi left in a 1v2 yet again. Will he find more? He finds it. He gets it. 20 HP left. Kroms with the Baki will shut him down, and that is going to be UG taking game number 1 of this best of 3 series. And that's got to be feeling bad for SIGEN. I mean, it was not even close. It was 13-1. The only round that they did win was that initial pistol round, and after that it just all fell apart. I had some sort of confidence that they might be able to bring it back, but didn't really work out. But let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Scrim just top fragging the battle stage by definition. The script using that operator to maximum potential and putting a massive dent in SIGEN Esports confidence here. I don't know how they are going to come back from this, but it will be, if they can come back on Icebox, that will be a testament to how good of a team SIGEN is. But we'll have to wait and see. Kitty, thoughts overall on the game?
Yes, indeed. So far, UG proving why they are the best team in the country. And of course, playing on the map we know that they like to play on, and they have made a statement right now. Hopefully, as you said, Team SIGEN might be able to make a comeback. We still do have 2 maps to go. We have Icebox, and if they do make it 1-1 after the end of Icebox, we'll be heading all the way into Fracture as well, which is a map I know that both of us want to see being played out here in this evening. So yeah, I think so far, Scrim just doing his work. He's showing why he is the best operator in the country. And yeah, all around, really great work from the side of UG. The synchrony, the teamwork coming all together, and yeah, that is what we think.
Yeah, and definitely. And also, guys, a reminder, we do have the SLT giveaway or SLTMOBITEL giveaway happening. If you all did not answer the question, make sure to answer the question in the comments, and the winner will be selected at the end of the series. So the question is, who is the last agent to be released on Valorant? And answer number A, Killjoy. Answer number B, Brimstone. Answer number C, Neon. Answer number D, Viper. Make sure to comment in the stream, and the winner will be selected, and winner will be walking away with some exciting prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. And also, guys, check out their platform. It's absolutely amazing. Obviously, everyone who took part in the tournament have already gone and checked it out. That's how they did play the tournament. So 32 teams in each qualifier. That's a lot of teams taking part, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. It was so easy to move around, find the details that you want, find the tournaments that you need, and also they will be giving away points depending on what you'll win. And even the prize money right now, we have 100,000 rupees in prize money for the tournament, and on top of that, 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points that are being given away to the teams. I think top 4 teams in each qualifier will be walking away with Valorant points, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this, I'm not exactly sure, but it is a lot of money that is on offer from SLTMOBITEL Esports, which is absolutely insane. Having said that, we should have the MVP on screen shortly, or the head-to-head between the 2 players, 2 top fragging players on either side shortly on screen as well. But going into Icebox here, I know SIGEN might come out to something. Even if they win Icebox, the question is whether they can win Fracture, because mind you, UG loves to play on Fracture. So this map veto kind of technically favors UG right now. I feel like Bind is basically Crumb's and Scrim's favorite map, and then when you go to Fracture, the entire team of UG loves this map, Fracture. So even if SIGEN wins this map on Icebox and makes it a 1-1, Fracture Decider is going to be definitely a tough one, and it's heavily favored towards UG here. So I mean it's a tough veto to have, and I think they have done the best that they can in terms, because you don't want to be playing on Split either. That's like Crumbs on steroids on Split. With the combination of Scrim, I mean they play that Split mid so well, like people just auto-ban Split against UG now. And then when you take Breeze, I feel like Breeze might have been a possibility, but maybe I think it was banned. I think Breeze was banned by UG, so I think Breeze would have been Breeze would have been definitely a good map for SIGEN to pick up, just because I feel like UG are not the strongest on this map. They have dropped games against other teams on Breeze as well, so I feel like that's one of the least strongest maps, probably why they did ban it out. But a tough video to have for SIGEN. I mean, I got to be feeling bad if I am team SIGEN here, but let's see what they can pull off on Icebox. I definitely feel like they can pull something off. And it's going to be definitely interesting to see what composition they will go for, whether we will be seeing a Brimstone again, or whether we will be switching into Viper, because Viper was, I mean, meta. Icebox was playable because of Viper, and whether we will see Viper anymore is going to be a question. Do you think we'll see Viper? Like, you have been playing obviously a lot of Valorant. Do you think we will see Viper on Icebox?
I feel like even after the update, you cannot still play a map like Icebox without the Viper and even the Sage. I think even a lot of teams playing on this map decide to go with that combo, Viper and a Sage.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Viper will be the control that we see.
And with that, we do have the head-to-head ready. Let's take a look at the 2 top fraggers from either teams. It is going to be Scrim on one side with 22 kills, and Bad Boys on the other with 11, and an average combat score of 379 with 3 first bloods and a KD of 3.8. This man went absolute ham. Tough break for the side of Team SIGEN on game number 1, but we'll have to wait and see how they do come back with game number 2. But story of that game number 1 was all Scrim with that operator. What an amazing performance. And one thing I do need to mention is the impact that Roach had in that game. We did not see him frag a lot, but his utility usage allowed Chroms and Scrim to go absolute ham. We did see picture perfect utility usage coming out from Roach, whether it was his Trailblazers, whether it was his blinds coming out, or whether it was the Seekers. It was always a counter play, always the right play, allowing his team to be able to frag out, and I think that that needs to be mentioned for sure. So hats off to Roach for an amazing performance on that Sky. And Kenny, with that, we'll be heading into a short break before we go into game number 2. Do stay tuned in. There's going to be some action-packed Valorant throughout the entire day. 4 quarterfinal matches happening today, all Bo3 series, so a lot of exciting Valorant coming up. Do stay tuned in with us. We'll be right back, guys. Hello and welcome back everyone. You are joining us for the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals, and we just saw game number 1 of the first quarterfinals between UG and Team SIGEN, where Team UG just completely steamrolled 13-1. We are just about to head into game number 2, and of course a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports for organizing the tournament. An amazing format. I think Kitty spoke about the format when we started out as well, how good the format was. 32 teams, 4 qualifiers, top 2 teams from each of the qualifiers qualifying into the final round, which is happening today, as in terms of quarterfinals, and then 100,000 rupees in prize money, 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points on offer. So a lot of gifts and prizes available to everyone who is joining in as well, because there is a question which we did ask during the game number 1, and the winner, of course, at the end of the series will be walking away with some exciting gifts courtesy of SLT Mobile Esports as well. And the question again for you is on screen right now: who is the last agent to be released in Valorant? Is it A, Killjoy? Is it B, Brimstone? Is it C, Neon? Or is it D, Viper? Make sure to put your answer in the comments, and the winner will be announced at the end of this series. So we will be having a question like this for each of the series, and the winners will be walking away with some exciting prizes courtesy of SLT Mobitel. And also, just before we do get into game number 2 here, I just want to talk a little bit about the SLTMOBITEL Esports platform, which has had a major update recently, which giving gamers better opportunity to win awards and in-game currency from all the major titles and platforms out there. And also there is 3 new premium memberships available. Do check it out. You all can be a part of the SLTMOBITEL Esports community, which is absolutely amazing. And the best news is it is open to everyone regardless of the existing SLTMOBITEL customer, if you're existing SLTMOBITEL customer or not. So whether you're using SLTMOBITEL or not, you are still able to join in. So make sure to check it out, and you can earn full price levels from SLTMOBITEL Esports platform tournament and challenges, lower price tiers introduced so that everyone can get in and have fun as well. So a lot more on offer in terms of what y'all can benefit through the SLTMOBITEL platform. But let's get into game number 2 here. Kitty, Icebox, we spoke about Viper being 100% pick here from either side. What else are we going to see?
Absolutely. Once again, going into the team composition. So as you said, I mean, well, you know, Viper is a pick that we hope to see, is a pick that we normally see. So that's why we said it might be 100% certainty. But nonetheless, you know, we know these 2 teams might throw a curveball at each other, because this is a map that Team SIGEN really needs to win if they are to proceed forward in this tournament. So maybe they might switch things up a bit, but nonetheless, I think Viper is what we might see in terms of controllers. When it comes to Duelist, we have seen both Zed and Reyna being put to good use by these teams previously in this map as well. And alongside the likes of a Sage, alongside the likes of a Sova, and maybe a Chamber as well, we might see this forming up the composition of both teams moving forward in Icebox.
Speaking of Sage, I have seen some interesting walls on B side, if I'm not mistaken, on top of the plant side. Do you think we'll see one of those coming out from one of these teams? I mean, definitely iffy walls to come out with in a tournament game, but definitely fun to watch.
Indeed. I mean, you know, if these players are playing to win, and of course, you know, we know that these teams like to play with a bit of flair when they do play, especially on Icebox, on any of these maps. So, you know, if we do see some sneaky walls coming up, even maybe with an op in hand by the like of Scrim, that is something I think we can look forward to.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see one of those. And also, thoughts on Yoru not being picked? Do you still think Yoru is dead even after all these changes?
I'm actually not quite sure if Yoru can be picked yet, since
really?
This was the season. I'm not quite sure. Maybe that is something which we would need to look at. But nonetheless, I think, you know, Yoru is still in a niche of its own. There are players who are really good with Yoru. There are those who are still on that learning curve of learning him with his new abilities. But I have heard a lot of people critiquing, saying he is a nuisance. But yeah, how good he is in pro play is yet to be seen. I have seen Neon being picked a lot, especially by the likes of V1, when they do play on Haven. But Yoru, I think I'm yet to see in terms of pro play.
Oh, is Scrim trolling by hovering over Yoru right now? I mean...
Okay, so this is what you mentioned.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
This makes more sense.
Yeah, makes more sense for Scrim for sure, since he is the operator player and he does play that jet on Icebox. But we do see both the teams, Team SIGEN as well as Yugi, coming out with the Viper here. Yugi is going to be on the Viper. Dexter switching into the Reyna now. So Yugi has given up his Reyna from Bind and switching into that controller. We have Bad Gois on the Sentinel role. It's going to be the Chamber for him, and Mad Eye with that Sova, and we have the Sage coming out from Milkman. So very standard pickup coming out from Team SIGEN here with that single duelist lineup. And on the side of UG, we have the double duelist, one Sentinel and one controller with
Select your
with
agent.
Benji on the Sova as well. So standard lineups from either side, the only difference being the double duelist on the side of UG and single duelist on the side of SIGEN Esports.
Yes, indeed. So pretty much what we expected, the only difference being the lack of the Sage on the side of UG. But yeah, we do have the Vipers as we expected. We do have the Sovas, the Chambers, and yeah, the double duelist from the side of UG, as you did mention. Not the Yori that we hoped for, but nonetheless, the Reyna and the Jet that we deserve.
Definitely. I mean, I want to see some iffy picks coming out through the entire day. I mean, hopefully we'll get to see a Neon being played out by one of these teams. Maybe an Omen coming out as well. Like KOs, I haven't seen any of these in such a long time. I know that UG likes to play KO, but we haven't seen a map that they do play KO on. They normally do play KO on Split, so Split was not part of the video today since it was banned out. But nevertheless, we are going to be getting into the game. It's going to be UG starting off on the defense with Team SIGEN on the attack. And it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to be able to deal with the aggression that UG did show in that game number 1. They like to push out, whether it's defense or attack, it doesn't really matter to them. They like to play fast and entertaining Valorant to keep everyone who is watching also entertained. So hopefully we'll get to see a similar type of flair from them coming out in this game as well. And the wall will go up on A side, but they do seem to be defaulting a bit here.
Scanning ahead.
Yes, indeed. And what to note, of course, is the fact that this is the map pick coming up from the side of Team SIGEN, so we would need to see how that plays into it as well. But nonetheless, the aggression coming up from both sides here. Crumbs and Scrim just peeking it quite aggressively, making their way back after breaking that Aldrone.
But the thing is, they know that the side is stacked now, so there is an immediate rotate being called out by the team, and they are going to be moving out. So 3 players huddled up on the side of UG on A side, whereas the entire team of SIGEN are going to be pushing towards B. They are going to be pushing up against this Viper wall as well, but let's see what they can do. It is down right now. Defiance does get spotted out, I think, for a moment. Yes, he did get spotted out, but not really landing any shots on him. Meanwhile, the plant will finally go down with the wall being up as well. Recon Dart gets the information that Roach is pushing into the side as well. But it's going to be a 5v5 for the retake here. It's going to be an interesting one. Sheriff in hand, Scream with a few shots.
Indeed, so far
They are pretty low.
all 10 players alive. It's going to be an interesting retake, as you said. Scrim pushes through.
He's coming out. No one is.
No
way.
What?
One enemy.
They managed to defuse.
Oh no, that is
Through
quite
all of
unlucky
that.
there. I was so confused. We saw the first kill going on from the perspective of Scrim. He took the kill on Dexter, and just as that happened, I believe the spike got defused.
Yeah, I
Bit of
heard someone defusing, but
miscommunication there.
I heard the defuse coming through, but I didn't really see anyone contesting the defuse. I don't know whether the players did not hear it, or I don't know what that was. But I mean, they do lose out on the first pistol round here, and we don't see a real buy coming out from UG
Scanning
either.
ahead.
So this is gonna be an interesting
I
one.
mean, Defiance had set up both the Viper wall as well as the Poison Cloud there, which might have covered him and given him enough time for that defuse. But nonetheless, Dexter is good for the kill on Crumbs. Scrim reflags with the kill of his own. Look at this, Scrim is still there, and it's good for a second.
A.
Roach
Finally goes down, Roach fighting
Dexter
up
left
against
alone,
Dexter.
and a Roach. A quick clean up there from the side of UG. Once again, showing that initial aggression, making their way onto Nest. That was, I believe, Scrim, who was playing really, really aggressively. It was good for 2, and both Roach and Crumbs was there for backup as well.
Wait, is Roach not buying? But none of them bought.
No,
I
it
mean,
looks like
most of them didn't die. But still, we do have the operator in the hands of Scrim though. But yeah, Roach did not buy unless he bought at the last second. But last time I saw him, he had not bought.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Defiance is holding with the Marshall here. It's going to be a default coming out from the side of Team SIGEN. They are trying to get some map control, some information as to what is happening. Viper Wall is up at A though.
Crumbs there once again with the headhunter putting it to good use. Gets the initial pick. That is, I believe, the Reyna off the board.
This is actually the
Right
first
now,
time I'm
team-
seeing Crumbs play Chamber.
Indeed, I
This
believe
comes from Chamber, right?
Yeah, it's only since this act that Chamber is allowed in pro play. Since it was released last season. And yeah, since then I believe Crumbs has been sticking to this choice, and it's working out for them. Scrim, of course, is good for a second. Scrim
Oh,
is
no.
good for that second kill as well, making it quickly a 5v3. Did Scrim DC?
I think he DC. Yeah, he DC'd.
Yes, he did.
Unfortunate
I think
for...
Yeah, he's back.
Okay.
30 seconds
He'll be
left.
back.
One enemy
Meanwhile, Crumbs
remaining.
picks up another onto Yugi now. Last man surviving Milkman in a 1v5 here. And this was their buy round. So, I mean, they're mauling right now. Information given out. Oh, Benji spots him out. Operator in hand. Just playing around right now. Wait, what? So many people peeking him, and he gets the guy who was furthest away. And
yeah.
we see the teabag on his own teammate there from Roach there onto Crumbs. Crumbs has got to be pissed off there. I mean, what?
I know. Literally 3 players standing right in front of him, and somehow Milkman treads the needle and lands the shoulder of the guy right in the back.
But it's 3-0 right now, and usually looking very, very strong. Again, with those aggressive players coming off, even on the defense, making it work, winning those gun duels. They are, I mean, hands down one of the best teams in the country for sure. Recon Dart here, looking for some information all the way in mid, not going to really find anything.
It's
Meanwhile,
like it just
Crumbs
needs
already-
to take a bit of time to regroup, but no, Crumbs just getting that initial pick there on Bad Govers. Scrim pushing both sees. The Reyna does not land his shot, dashes back to safety, but no. Dexter pushes with it, and he gets his head taken off for his troubles. Roach is good for a second.
One enemy remaining.
Mad Eye with a kill of his own. Scrim to quickly refrag. And once again, the Jet. There you go. Mouthman was left alone once again. And quickly dies to the right clicks coming out there from Scrim.
Yeah, this seems to be going horribly again for SIGEN. Just UG just being way too good here. And like I said, I mean, most of these maps that were picked, UG does favor. And the fact that the new UG team is a combination of New Order and the old UG team, I mean, it allows them to play around so much. And oh, if this glide up. But yeah, like I said, it's tough to draft against or draft maps against them. But meanwhile, we do have Scrim taking up very aggressive position all the way in B side here with that operator. Looking for a pick, might find one here, and yes, he does find Dexter's head with that operator, and that's already a man down on the side of SIGEN. And meanwhile, we do have the push coming towards this A side here. No real information has been gathered by Yuji though. But meanwhile, Yugi takes out Benji. Coming in, Roach is going to be good for the kill onto Bad Goes with that trade here. It's a 3v4 now. The wall will go up and they will finally get the plant down. I think, no? He messed up the wall. Or did he?
He did not leave the gap. Oh, okay, there you go. He has enough space. The wall is being broken. Mad Eye, of course, is good for the kill on Scrim. That is the operator taken off the hands of them. The recon dot comes in. But no, Roach pushes with it. He barely sees him. There you go.
And Milkman
is
with
good
that
for
slow up
kill.
will... Yeah, it's going to be a 2v3, a winnable round for SIGEN here, but Defiance has other things to say. We'll check out Yugi here.
And the plan is yet to go down,
Oh,
I believe. With Mad Eye in the right place, right time.
It's down to 1v1 with Crumbs taking out Mad Eye there. Can Milkman clutch this out for the team? And yes, he will. And that's the first round on the board for the side of Team SIGEN here. And with Yuji dropping a round finally.
Yes, indeed. That's a good point for them. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Tara, but I think we are yet to see a spike being planted in this map.
Once, the first pistol round.
Oh, yes,
Pistol
okay.
round
We
they
saw it,
planted, and
indeed.
there was a, I don't know, some ninja
Yep.
diffuse happening because
It got
no
diffused.
one
Yes,
apparently.
indeed.
But
Yeah, my apologies,
on the other side, this is the first buy round that has been won because by
You want to
SIGEN
play?
against UG.
Let's play.
Because the only round that they won before was a pistol round, and this time around it was a full buy round that they won. So definitely boost of concern. But meanwhile, Benji has picked up the Odin.
Oh my.
Oh, Yugi will take out Stream here, who was on the nice Mada in the meantime. Will take out Benji as well. Roche for the trade. Bad Go is with the Tour de France. Will take out Chroms. Another winnable round for SIGEN here. It's a 3v2 now.
Yes, indeed, and SIGEN does have the resurrection in their back pocket if they do decide to use it. And he does have the heal, and there you go. UG is put back to full HP. Roach gets spotted out there by UG.
Oh, tagged low.
Does not manage
Tagged
to
very,
land
very
the
low.
kill there.
They will wall up mid. They are going to cross, and Defiance has the angle and has the idea of where they are going to be coming from. So the spike is down now. They have to fight for this spike. Defiance will take out another, and Roche for the cleanup. Defiance and Roche, the original duo of UG, just cleaning out the side of SIGEN to close it out and make it a 5-1 now.
Indeed, SIGEN did have the initial picks. They did manage to make it into a 4v2, or rather a 3v2, but nonetheless they could not pick off the res and just losing their gunfights and getting picked off in the mid there by both Roach and Defiance, as you said.
Indeed. I mean, they had the right idea, but as soon as the spike went down at mid, it was a tough one for them to take control of.
Yep.
Especially with the angles that they were holding. Meanwhile, Benji is going to get spotted out with that Odin in hand. He doesn't really care at this point, apparently. But meanwhile, Defiance will pick up Yugi all the way at mid here, and Cromdo will find Dexter at the side.
And Odin is being spammed there by Benji. He's making a bit of a pattern there on the nest. Look at his timing. No, Mad Eye just sneaks into sight, and there you go. Okay, only 4 bullets left. He decides to switch back to the Spectre, and Govi's there with the Marshal in hand. Is good for the kill on Defiance.
Ooh, winnable again.
Once again, a 3v3. They do have the res if they need. The wall kind of blushed there, and Crumbs coming on the flank, or rather 2 players on the flank there, leaving
Yeah,
Milkman in a really
good
tough
for one,
situation. He
Crumbs
spots the
good
gun
for
barrel
two.
of Roach. They did have the right idea, just the flank of both Crumbs and I believe it was Scrim as well. Caught them off guard. They were not ready for that.
Seems to be looking like another one-sided game, at least for the time being. Let's see whether Team SIGEN can make a difference, because right now it's not looking good. They seem to be losing their one-on-one duels as well, and more than that, it's just I feel like UG is just outplaying them, not in terms of aim duel, just in how they play the map and how they move around, and the communication and the team coordination that is coming out from UG is just, I feel like, on point here.
In terms of positioning and refragging, it seems like Team SIGEN is a bit lacking there right now at the moment. Of course, Scrim, there you go, with that up wrangle. He spots Dexter, and that is Dexter taken off the board, and Scrim quickly followed once again. Yugi, the Viper, the controller of them taken off. Crumbs on.
Look at Scrim pushing with an operator here. Misses the shot, takes out the Sheriff. And whiffs the shot. Milkman will take out Scrim, but Benji with the Odin spam coming through will clean him up.
Yeah. I mean, Team SIGEN is just not given the chance to, regroup. They aren't even given a second to just think of what they're going to do. UG, even on defense, they're the ones setting the pace for this match, and SIGEN just having a hard time keeping up with it.
I mean, the sad thing is, I mean, I'm pretty sure they do have timeouts. They should be using one of these to try and collect their thoughts, try and get back into this game, or come up with a strat that they can use to get back into this game, because right now the aggression coming out from this side of UG is just insane. Already look at this push coming through. Dexter gets one, but the immediate refrag coming out from Scrim there with the operator. Scrim again taking very aggressive positions. We do have the Hunter Suit coming out onto Benji here. Benji is going to be able to dodge all 3 of them, and that did not do any damage at all.
Yeah, but once again, the Odin spam coming through, and Scrim has pushed forward to a forward position as well. So meanwhile, the focus of Team SIGEN is being focused on the B side, where they actually might be able to get a plant down. And yes, we do. Milkman is going for the plant,
Spike planted.
and they get it down without any trouble whatsoever. And the Wiper Spear, of course, is being put to good use as well, which leaves UG in kind of a bit of a pickle there. In terms of retake, and Scrim gets spotted out on the flank.
This is definitely a winnable round here. It's a 4v4 with the Viper Speed down. How much can they do? 3 players playing outside the Viper Speed. It's just the Viper, and now the counter Viper Speed coming out from Defiance as well. The spam's going to go through. Shock darts are doing a little bit of damage. Benji just spamming through with that Odin. Meanwhile, Scrim will find Mad Eye here. They are running out of time. They are going to be pushing forward. Yugi is good for the kill onto Benji. Roach is going to be able to take out Bad Gobies, and a shot in the back from Scrim to clean out Yugi. But the round is secured by the side of SIGEN with a Viper Speed.
Yes, indeed. UG did try to retake it, but of course they could not beat the clock. And then, yeah, SIGEN managed to put a second round on both of them. They did need that. And yeah, the Viper Spear being put to good use, and that is a second round on the board for Team SIGEN.
Meanwhile, I mean, looking to be a 9-3 half by the looks of it. Let's see how much more SIGEN can do. Can they make it a 7-5 from this point onwards, or is it going to be an 8-4? We'll have to wait and see how much of a dent they can make. But meanwhile, we do see a massive push coming out from the side of UG all the way through mid. Look at this push coming out. This is absolutely insane from UG. They don't really care whether they are on defense or attack. They are rotating all the way back into A side now. There is a bit of a push coming into A, but they really haven't used anything or given away too much of information on the side of SIGEN here. Meanwhile, outdrawn from Benji, looking for info here. He will spot out Mad Eye.
Once again, the push coming up from Scrim there with the operator dashes back to safety after that first initial peek, but still, that is, I think, Crumbs just peeking that angle on top of Tubes. He does get spotted, or rather Roach does get spotted by the recon dart, and decides to fall back to safety as well. But meanwhile, in the side of B, the plant is going down. Milkman with the spike in hand, and the tour de force gets pulled up by Crumbs. Does he spot anyone? No, he does not. He lands one shot.
Oh, Bad Gobies.
The collateral that is good for 3.
30 seconds left.
And
it is Scrim left alone in a 1v3, but any consolation, the spike is yet to be planted. Does he know where the players are? Good. He knows where the spike is going down. The blade storm comes in hand. He spots him through the smoke. That is Dexter taken off. Unfortunate.
Tough one. Would have been insane if he had clashed it out, but it is going to be the third round on the board for Team SIGEN here, making a comeback now. Enough and more eco for the side of Team UG, of course. They are going to be still able to buy up, Scrim still being able to buy up the operator, so they are still good in terms of eco here. But if they do lose, actually, if they do lose this round, some of the players are going to be in a little bit of trouble in terms of eco. But we'll have to wait and see how they are able to finish this up. 7-3 right now in favor of UG, and it's going to be another A hit by the looks of it, at least for the time being, with Yugi lurking all the way at B main there. He's going to get spotted out by Roach here.
Because Roach just pushing in. I think Yugi might be able to catch him on surprise, or does Yugi... Never mind, Roach does check that corner. He does not fall for those. And that is the controller, or rather the wiper, off the board for Team SIGEN, which leaves them in a bit of a tough situation.
Oof.
Scream, of course, does not miss with that operator in hand. Is good for that second kill. Oh, look at this. Goviz gets spotted, but Dexter reads that play perfectly. He spots one. Chromes, he spots 3 players. He cannot get any of the kills. Might be able to catch him off guard. No, Goviz is good for that second kill as well. Oh, but Roach on the flank.
I mean, they are playing this like an absolute pub on the side of UG here. Like, where would you see a Jet with an operator when you know that there are 4 players there, dash forward and chase after people with an op out of all things? I mean, come on. But yes, UG did close it out, and it's 8-3 right now. We are looking like it might be a 9-3 unless Team SIGEN can do something with this half buy. Operator already in the hands of Crowns. Will take out Dexter. Resurrection is going to be there.
Benji
Benji
does get
is-
spotted and therefore falls back after that initial spray through the wall. Stream once again spots a second, but does not manage to land any shots. In fact, now Crom spots 3, does not land any kills, and Mad Eye's go for his kill on Scrim as well, making it once again in favor of Team SIGEN. It leaves them in a 5v3. He spots Defiance. Does he spot him? Yes, he spots Benji, but no, Benji with the Odin is going to like kill Defiance once again, and Benji with a second. And quickly the tables turn, and Yuji is good for 3. Does he split Roche? Yes, he does. And Yugi there winning the round for Team SIGEN.
And yeah, makes it an 8-4 half. So really good comeback considering how they were at and how UG has been playing. And I think UG just got a little bit too overconfident. They're pushing up like that with double operator in the hands of Croms and Scrim. Then Croms whiffing his shots as soon as he spots 3, and then dying afterwards, and Scrim also immediately dying to the Spectre to follow up. Just not really playing the safest way that they should be playing, but they seem to be having fun. But let's see how they do on the attack here. It's 8-4 going into the second half.
Yes, indeed. 8-4 in favor of Team UG heading into the second half, as you mentioned. And let us see how things proceed. It looks like once again they're stacked outside of A. It might be a quick A push coming in from them. We have seen them being really aggressive, even in bind. We might see them setting the same pace, or rather taking their time this time.
They seem to be going in. Meanwhile, Scrim does get spotted out, and Dexter is going to be good for the kill on Roach, so that's one man down already. Right path to success right now. Meanwhile, another kill from Scrim onto Mad Eye, and Scrim takes out another onto Dexter as well. Bad Go is going to be there for the trade, so it is going to be a 3v3 now. Scrim down to 14 HP. If he does get spotted, he does get spotted by Milkman. Will shut him down, making it a 2v1 now, with Milkman taking another, and Bad goes to clean things up, and that's going to be the pistol round won by Team SIGEN, and we might be on the start of a comeback here.
Absolutely, Team SIGEN. Milkman there, I think, with a 2k on both Benji and Scrim, managing to 2 right clicks, if I'm not mistaken, there from all the way from rafters, managing to keep Team SIGEN in the game, and the score is 8-5. The first round was won by Team SIGEN here in the pistol round, which means they do have the better guns going into this. But we did see UG winning the eco in bind as well, so this in no way means SIGEN secures the second round here. But let us see how it goes. And Milkman to start things off, that is Croms off the board.
Oh, shots, one shot. Sorry, Roach does get tagged down to 81 HP. He will get spotted from the recon dart as well. But it seems to be that Team SIGEN are holding strong for the time being here. No real ground that has been given, and obviously numbers advantage as well. They go in the TP out from Bad Go is there. Mad Eye does get spotted. They will take him out. Meanwhile, Dexter will clean up Roach. So again, Defiance again with the Sheriff doing some work here. But as the dust settles, it's going to be a 2v3. So right now, UG is happy with this because this is Team SIGEN's buy round. So they want to get as many weapons out of their hands. But the plant has not gone down. And Team SIGEN knows they're playing this really safe. They're waiting for the plant so that they can push the last the other player who is not doing the plant. But meanwhile, the benching does get spotted. Has a spike in hand. No real time to be able to rotate out either, so it's a do or die situation for them right now.
One enemy remaining.
Meanwhile, oh my god, no way!
That was
Almost
too close to
cutting it
comfort.
out. Indeed. And they lost 4 Spectres on the side of SIGEN, and they will be forced to play a save this round if they want to be able to buy up full next round. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do.
They did get the point on the board, but it was an expensive round for them nonetheless, which means as Team UG head on into playing with rifles, they might have to stick for sheriffs as they move forward in this 15th round of the match.
Meanwhile, it's going to be a fast B execute. They are going in. Stream will already get the first kill onto Dexter. Remember, they are on a bit of a weird buy. Stream good for the second kill as well on to Yugi. Now looking for more. Complete B-side control has been taken here. Crown will get bad goodies as well. It's a 2v5 now. The push is coming through kitchen. And Snowman here trying to fight it out. Stream going to be good for the kill onto Mad Eye. And now it's all down to the last man, Milkman, in trouble. And it's going to be a flawless coming out from the side of UG, making it a 9-6 right now. And now we will be getting into the first full gun round.
Absolutely, yes, we will. That was, quite a perfect round there coming out from the side of UG. Just by the book, they had their smokes, they had their recons, just pushing in together, perfect synchronization, and they had a flawless round to show for it.
Indeed, and let's see now. We do have the full gun round coming out from the side of Team SIGEN. We haven't seen this before from them on defense at least. Let's see if they can pull it back and pull the pressure on to the side of UG, because they did pick up this map. Team SIGEN did pick up this map, so it's going to be very important for them to close this out, even if they lose here, to gain a boost of confidence that they took out UG on Icebox.
Indeed, and it looks like we are in a bit of a technical pause here. Maybe one of the players DC'd, or maybe just a tactical timeout coming up from one of the sides.
I think one player might have DC'd here, but since it is a technical pause, one of the players might have DC'd, but hopefully we will have him join up shortly. Of course, things have been tough in terms of power here, so hopefully it's not a power cut. Hopefully it's just a a random reconnect. Hopefully he will be back with us shortly, and we won't have the game disrupted between these two teams, especially at the very last bit of game number 2 here. While we wait though, I want to give a massive shout out to SLTMOBITEL Esports. They have been absolutely amazing hosting this Valorant Rivals competition with a 100,000 rupee prize pool, as well as 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points for anyone who is interested as well. And also we do have a separate giveaway happening today for everyone who is watching the live stream. We did ask a question at the beginning of game number 1 and at the beginning of game number 2 as well. So anyone who is answering the question correctly, one lucky winner will be walking away with some exciting prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. And also do check out the platform. I think everyone who did play during the qualifiers and all is probably familiar with the platform, and there's a lot of goodies and tidbits that you can gain from this SLTMOBITEL platform. Do check it out. If you're interested, they do have different price level for different challenges and different packages for SLTMOBITEL customers. And also the platform, mind you, is completely open to everyone. It is even if you have an SLTMOBITEL connection or not, it does not really matter. The platform is open for all users, so do check it out at esports.slt.lk is the website, so you can find out all the information that you need through there. And also on another point, you can buy, they do have their own store. You can buy Valorant points, PUBG Mobile usage, Free Fire Diamonds, Riot RPs, and Steam cards, and so on and so on. So do check it out. They do have something called the Hub Store on the SLTMOBITEL Esports platform. Do check it out, guys. And while we were taking a look at the scorecard again, Scrim, the man of the hour, 23 frags under his belt, just fragging out hard.
Absolutely. It does not matter if this man is on a Sage or on a Jet. He will do what he needs to do.
Indeed. And it is Dexter who has disconnected, so hopefully he will be back with us shortly, and we won't have to wait too long. But the scoreline reads 9-6, but the kill counts are, I mean, pretty even. Bad Guys is the top fragger. They don't really have like one guy who is like out fragging everyone, but they have bought this close. I mean, 9-6 is a really good score to have again. Going in to the next couple of rounds, it's definitely doable for the side of Team SIGEN. They just need those 1v1 duels to go their way, and to basically have someone always to trade, because that's something that, like I think Kitty also said, which they haven't been doing. They don't have the trade happening every time a player goes down. There isn't a trade happening, and that's exactly why they were having trouble during their attack. But let's hopefully they can do it on defense and they can pull this back and force a game number 3, which is going to be on Fracture. Let's go that.
And it actually looks like we have a second disconnect coming on from the side of Team SIGEN, and Milkman has also DC'd.
Unfortunate. Hopefully we will have them join back as soon as possible for us to get underway with the game. I know everyone's interested to watch the game. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of your friends playing the tournament as well. So hopefully this might, like, I really hope this has nothing to do with the power cut and we can have the game underway again.
Yes, indeed. It has been quite the trouble, scheduling these matches as well. With the power cuts happening, you can never know when the power cuts are going, and even the schedules itself, quite iffy sometimes. So yeah, we did need to consider all of this as well, and we tried to schedule the matches to the best of our abilities. And it seems quite unfortunate that this has happened at this exact moment, and this is really a close game. So hopefully we can have Milkman and Dexter back with us in no time soon.
Yeah, and going back to the fact that this is a close game, this is SIGEN's pick, and this is a really good performance coming out from them after losing 13-1 in that game number 1 on Bind. It's a tough situation to be in when you're going to game number 2 and when you have already lost 13-1, because it's not a great mentality to have, or rather a great attitude that you're going in with. But it seems that SIGEN, obviously, I have not faltered from that loss from game number 1, and is putting up a really good fight against UG in this map number 2 on Icebox. And we do have Dexter reconnecting back up, so that's one player in. We are just waiting on Milkman, so hopefully he will join up again shortly and we can get this game underway. So exact similar buys coming out from both sides, but UG obviously having more money right now. But it is going to be 1 Spectre, 4 rifles, and same with the side of Team SIGEN here, 1 Spectre, 4 rifles. I haven't seen a lot of Phantoms though, strangely enough. Is it something to do with the map, Kitty, or it's just a personal preference at this point?
I would believe it's just a personal preference, because unlike Breeze, you do have your short angles, you do have your long angles, so there's no reason to actually stick to the Vandal, because you're close enough to actually get the headshot 1 kill. Especially in a map like Icebox when you're playing in A side. And of course, finally we are back on track. Milkman has reconnected, and with the scoreline 9-6 in favor of UG, we are heading on into the next round.
Oh my lord, Crumbs and Roach just go in, checks out Dexter and Mad Eye both, and Roach is trying to push forward with those Leers in hand, and that's a very fast plant coming out. Bad Gobies will get spotted by Roach, just a pixel. And that is all that Roach needs to put him down. And down to the last 2 players to try and bring this back. It's going to be Milkman and Yugi left alone in a 2v5.
Yes, indeed. UG just storming into that round, making use of those layers, making use of those recon dots and everything, and just getting inside and getting the plant down within maybe the first 10 seconds of the round, I believe. And Yugi and both Milkman deciding to save their rifles going forward into the next round. The question is, does UG let them save these guns?
It looks like they might not have a choice because they haven't found them. We have Crowns pushing forward, Milkman.
He does get slowed out. He has 1 second left.
No! He dies at the last second to Roach, but he did get a trade-off onto Crumbs.
Yes, indeed. Yugi was the only one who was able to save his rifle at the end of it, but nonetheless, the side of UG just storming into sight. And with that loss, once again, Team SIGEN are forced to go for a save round with Buckies and Stingers and Marshals in hand, with only 1 rifle in the side, in the hands of Yugi going forward.
Indeed, so this might actually make the score 11-6 if they aren't able to pull off a thrifty here. We do have them rushing into side yet again. They have stacked this up on his side already. Mad Eye picking up 1. Bad Goalies picks up another here. This is already really good for them. Crumbs trying to push forward. The Lears are going to disrupt him for a little bit. They do spot one. Oh, nice shot, but bad goes with the bucket. Will put him down. The trades are happening, and that's exactly what they need.
One enemy remaining.
And Nadai takes out another onto Defiance, and now down to Scrim, who is actually AFK in spawn.
Oh, I just noticed that. I did not know he was okay. But nonetheless, Bad Govies with the Bucky in hand, doing a lot of damage, and managing to get 3 kills in the process, and that is rifles picked up by the remaining 3 members, and the orbs farmed as well. And yeah, I believe they are now aware that Scrim is AFK. And that is a 1-tap. Yes, it is. Well, to end the round.
So quite lucky that Scrim did DC, and they played it really well. They realized that it might be another fast execute coming towards that A side. They stacked it up and made that thrifty work to perfection. Oh, I think that was a thrifty, right? I mean, we did see just Buckies and Sheriffs
yeah,
and all.
just 1 rifle in the hands of Yugi at the beginning of the round, and Buckies and Marshals. And they read it perfectly. They stacked in A, and they managed to get the kills and pick up the rifles.
And
yeah, good read
Scrim
from the side of
is
SIGEN.
still DC'd, whatever. I am not entirely sure what is happening with Scrim, but it's going to be a faster B hit coming out now with Defiance lurking all the way in mid. We already see Yugi good for 1. Yugi picks up another onto Roach as well. Defiance for the trade onto Dexter, and Benji will find Yugi in the end, making it a 3v2 now since Scrim is still not back into the game.
Yes, the picks do go forth, and as of right now, maybe Team SIGEN is unaware, but the push is still happening inside of B, and UG does have the Viper's Pit as well as the Stormblade if Scrim does come back, but nonetheless, the res gets pushed in A side. That is 4 players against 2 at this moment. The Viper's Pit, does it go down? No, not yet. The spike does get planted nonetheless by the side of UG, and look at this. He has pushed forward, he spots 1, but Defiance does not get the kill. Yes, he does get the kill. He's good for 3, he's good for a 4th, which leaves him in a 1v1 against Dexter. He is low on HP. He gets a call. Dexter is on the spike. He sticks half of it. Yes, he does. 10 situation. Did he spot him? Yes. Unfortunate there. Defiance was low in HP. He had only 30 to left, 30 to work with, but Dexter managing to win that gunfight. And with Scrim AFK, that is another round in the bag for Team SIGEN.
Hopefully he will join back into the game. It's 10-8 right now, and Team SIGEN making use of the fact that they are 1 player short on the side of UG to bring this back, but doesn't seem to be any pauses from either side. Not entirely sure why, but we are going to be going into this 19th round now.
Yes, indeed, and Crumbs picking up the tour de force as soon as the round starts, clearing off hypes, I believe the call out for that is. And once again, quick aggression coming up from B side. They do spot the Yugi, who decides to push his Viper's Pit in a forward position, trying to clear off the Yugi from there. The Hunter's Fury picks him off, and he spots him, and it's good to take off the Sova of Team SIGEN. And nonetheless, Roach has pushed off into a forward position, might be able to catch one of the players off guard. How
Benji? Oh
Benji
no.
managing to kill Yugi through that Viper's Pit. Did he get spotted? I'm not quite sure of that, but Dexter left alone. He spots 1, he's good for 1. That is Defiance off the board. The tour de force in the hands, but no, Benji with a 3rd kill is good to clear that one up.
Now that was a 4v5 that Team UG was able to bring back, making it 11-8 now. Can SIGEN bring this back is going to be the question.
Absolutely. That was a 4v5, as you so rightfully mentioned, and even then, UG were able to win. I believe only losing 1 of the players in the process.
Yep.
But nonetheless, they are still in the lead.
And mind you, Scrim hasn't DC. I think he's AFK. He's just AFK.
I believe so, yeah.
Meanwhile, a bit of a fast A execute, but it is stacked. The side is stacked, and Yugi and Dexter will both get 1 kill each, making it a 2v5 now.
They found my trap.
The shock dots being used to take care of those traps. The owl drone. Okay, there you go. The owl drone might have spotted Benjay there. The recon comes in. That is Defiant spotted as well. And meanwhile, on the other side, Benjay is good for a kill on Dexter. Unlucky timing.
Good
Defiant is
timing.
good for a kill. Quickly gets refragged there by Madai.
Scanning ahead.
With Scrim still AFK, it is Benjay left alone in a 1v3. The recon dot comes in. I think this should make SIGEN aware that Benjay is in fact inside. He decides to maybe get the plant down on Nest. No, he decides to push it.
Hunter's Fury is going to be used, and Yuki will clean out the AFK Scrim, and Madai will clean up Benji to close it out and make it 11-9 now.
Yes, I mean, Scrim on the Jet was a player who was setting, you know, who was making space, who was setting the pace for the round, making those initial picks and everything. So to have him off the board, more than the fact that it is a 5th player, the fact that it is the point man for the entire team must be having its effect on the side of UG.
Yeah, he's the chaos creator, right? Him and Chroms is normally used to just going in and creating chaos, and everyone else following up. Since Chroms is on chamber, it is Scrim's job to be able to do it, and him not being there is really hurting UG at this point. But 11-9 right now. Let's see whether Team SIGEN is able to close this one out as well and bring it that
But
much
if you notice,
closer.
you can actually see that SIGEN is now actually going for the refrags. They managed to pick at least 1 kill after a death, which I think is a really good sign. And the shock dots come in. Roach quickly makes his way into sight, and Defiance pops that Viper's bit as well. But no, the kill's coming in. Dexter is good for 1, Ghost is good for a 2nd, and Madai takes down Roach as well.
Oh, Defiance with a very interesting push forward. He is good for 2 now. Will get traded out. It's going to be an easy defuse, or rather, yeah, wait, it's no one to defuse.
I've just farm the orb and maybe get the kill on Scrim. No orbs.
Making it 11-10 right now.
Still not sure why UG is not deciding to go with a technical pause. I do believe they do have it available for themselves if they do decide to use it. But they did manage to win 1 round without Scrim.
Yeah.
So maybe hoping to finish this in a 5v4, or rather 4v5.
A gift.
It's going to be another A hit by the looks of it, and this time around they have slowed down a little bit. Not the same aggression, but you do see the owl drone go out here looking for information. Going to get a little bit of it. Chroms takes out 1. The trade is immediately going to be there from Madai. Madai gets another onto Defiance, and leaving Roach in a 1v4. Definitely doable, but as I say, that Dexter is going to be able to shut him down, and that's going to be 11-11 on the board without Scrim. And tough one for UG. Hard luck, but it is going to be SIGEN making a comeback with the aid of that 4v5 advantage.
Yeah, so unless Scrim shows up within these 12 seconds, or Team UG decides to go for a tech pause,
Does anyone have funds?
it looks like even Team UG does not have the economy to buy guns, do they? I saw 1 rifle
That's a good
in the hands of Roach, I believe. Is this a full buy coming from them? I'm not quite sure.
that works. They are so
Meanwhile, 24
Okay,
is going to be popped by Chroms. Going to be pushing forward on B side here, and it is going to be a fairly fast B hit. They are slowed down though, but the rotations have already come in. We have 3 players stacked up in B side already on the side of Team SIGEN, so not going to be an easy one to take control of.
Absolutely, and they do not have a Sage wall to work with either. That means that they would need to, in fact, clear the site before they are free for a plant, if that is what they try to do. But we can see slowly Benjay is making his way through mid as well, might be able to catch one of the players off guard if he does time it right. But as of right now, everyone's just holding the angles, trying to see who peeks, who decides to get caught unawares. But as of right now, no one on either side is peeking. The time, of course, favors Team SIGEN in this moment. So UG will have to make a move of their own.
30 seconds left.
Oof. Crumbs, meanwhile Benji will pick up Dexter with the Sheriff. So that's a rifle recovered if they could have. Bad Guys will get the trade off, and meanwhile Roach will find Yugi there. And 24 is not going to be good enough to take out Mad Eye. And now leaving, oh, Milkman will take out Roach, and now leaving Defiance in a 1v3 here. Tough situation, and that's going to be all she wrote. And that's match point for Team SIGEN, and UG is just not happy at all with not having Scrim in the fight.
Match point.
Indeed, not going the way they hoped for, I would say. With Scrim not still being back, and the score line, as when we stopped, I believe, was 9-6. And Team SIGEN has made it 12-1. I think for the first time in the match, actually coming to the lead. And they are on match point. And if they do win this round, we'll be heading over to the third map, which will be Fracture.
Which you all wanted to see, to be fair. So we'll be able to enjoy that. And let's have a look. Still without script now, we have a lurk coming out from Crumbs. They are going to be attacking a side by the looks of it. At least the owl drone is going to be getting some info at a side. But I have a feeling Team SIGEN is reading this properly. They haven't really moved away from their location. Meanwhile, a Hunter Spirit going to get popped, looking for some sort of damage. Not going to be able to find any. Meanwhile, Dexter will put Defiance down all the way in mid. And Yugi will find Crumbs as well here on all the way at B side. Benji with the trade on.
Benji finally putting down Dexter, making it essentially once again a 2v4. Still doable. Roach with a bulldog in hand. Spots one, lands a shot, and there we go. Yugi is off the board. Making it still a winnable situation. Switches to a rifle.
It's going to rotate it all the way back into A side by the looks of it, but 284 is there on the side of Team SIGEN. So it needs to be careful, and they are reading this properly. The spike is coming all the way back into A side, and they are ready for this. 30 seconds left on the clock. Can UG do it? Can they force overtime here, or is it going to be map? Oh, Roach will get one. Bad Guys with that kill onto Benji. He's going to be able to get the plant down. Roach in a 1v2. Definitely a player capable of doing it. They're not looking at Nest. Oh, Milkman will take out Roach, and that's going to be all she wrote, with game number 3 being forced by Team SIGEN. And UG just not happy because they had to play that 4v5 for the last so many rounds. But it is going to be map number 3 forced by the side of Team SIGEN here.
Absolutely. I don't think anyone expected this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation for UG, but Team SIGEN definitely did play well. There were so many rounds they were able to take off of UG on Icebox, and it goes to show why they did actually pick Icebox confidently, especially against a team like UG. But this next map, Fracture, is going to be absolutely different because UG is absolute beast on this map, especially since it favors agents like the Rays, it favors KO. These are agents that UG is very comfortable playing. You have a breach player in the hands of, I think, Roach, I think, plays a breach on that map. So there is a lot of ways that UG plays this map, and they completely enjoy this. The last time I saw UG play on Fracture was absolutely insane. But having said that, at the end of the game, it is still Scrim on top of the board with an average combat score of 270. And mind you, this man was not there for so many rounds either. So still being able to do that, insane. And Roach in the meantime with 25 skill, Chromes with 16, Defiance with 17, and Benjay with 14. Overall, really good performance coming out from either side. Unfortunate for UG, but very well played for SIGEN Esports here. Team SIGEN here, who is going to be getting ready for map number 3, which is going to be on Fracture. While we wait for the head-to-head and all, I need to remind you guys, this is the SLTMOBITEL Esports Valorant Rivals Tournament with 100,000 rupees of prize money on the line for all these players who are taking part, and also 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points on offer for the players taking part as well. So a lot of prize money and offers up for grabs for everyone who took part. And having said that, if you are watching the stream, that you guys can also get involved in winning some exciting prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. All you've got to do is answer the question on screen right now. Who is the last agent to be released in Valorant? A. Killjoy, B. Brimstone, C. Neon, and D. Viper. So the winner will be selected at the end of game number 3 here. So basically we'll be having the question at the start of the series, and the winner will be selected at the end of the series. So all you have to do is type your correct answer on the comment section here on stream, and you'll stand a chance to walk away with some exciting prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL. Also guys, do check out their platform. It's absolutely amazing. They have a lot of tournaments happening, a lot of fun stuff to do within the platform as well. And also they do have their own hub store, which you can buy Valorant points, PUBG mobile usage, Free Fire diamonds, Riot RP, Steam cards, so on and so forth. So they are integrated with all of the top esports titles that are out there. So if you all want to buy points and basically points and stuff, you all can head on over to the hub store and check it out. The link is esports.slt.lk. that is a website. Go check it out. You can find much more information than I'm even giving you all right now. You can find a lot more information there, so do check it out for sure. So with that, let's take a look at the head-to-head of game number 2. It is going to be Scrim, the man who wasn't there for most of the round, against Mad Eye on team SIGEN, and it is 23 kills to 17, 270 average combat score coming out from Scrim, and 217 on Mad Eye, with 4 first bloods on Scrim and an average KD of 1.8. This man did not play 6 different rounds, and he is still at the top of the board as match MVP, even though UG did lose. It's a tough break for them, but very well played from SIGEN, team SIGEN here. Kitty, thoughts going into Fracture? Do you think it will be a cakewalk for UG, or do you think team SIGEN will be able to put a dent?
Well, I'll have to see, right, who will be replacing Scrim. I believe he might still be unable to join for this 3rd match, so maybe we might be seeing a replacement for him. But nonetheless, the last time we saw UG play here, right, which I believe was in Champions League, VCL, which was when we first saw Fracture being played by any of the teams in Sri Lanka, and we saw UG playing on this map as well. And they did have a 13-0, I believe, in one of the matches, and then they went against WG as well. They went against a few great teams there. So given how they have played before, as you said about their performance, we can say that they'll do really well. But then again, SIGEN just took a map away from UG. And I think if any team is ready to beat UG, if any team is ready to go head-to-head against them, it surely is SIGEN.
Yeah, and with that, those thoughts, will be heading into a small break, guys. Do stay tuned in with us. We have more action-packed gaming. UG on the verge of dropping a series here. We'll have to wait and see what happens with game number 3 on Fracture. We'll be right back, guys.
standing.
Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I had my mic muted. So yeah. Hi guys. I'm here with some bad news and some good news as well for everyone. But first with the bad news, the third map that was supposed to be played between UG and team. Shit. I'm sorry. Sorry guys. Yeah, Team SIGEN. UG and Team SIGEN is not going to be playing the third map right now because both teams are having technical difficulty. Two of the players are having some technical difficulties and they won't be able to play the third game right now, which will be played separately. We'll inform you all of the results of that match. But having said that, now with the good news, we do have a giveaway thanks to SLTMOBITEL Esports. They have been giving so much of prize money for all these players who are taking part, including 100,000 rupee prize pool as well as 50,000 rupees worth of Valorant points as well. And on top of that, for everyone who is watching right now, there was a giveaway competition where you all needed to answer the question right now on screen. Who is the last agent to be released in Valorant? Is it Killjoy, Brimstone, Neon, or Viper? So out of the four here, the answer is C. So let's have a look at who the winner is, who the selected winner is to be walking away with some exciting goodies courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. And the winner is Rashita Aludge. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. Yeah. Rashita Aludge is the winner of the first giveaway. Mind you, we do have more giveaways like this happening for each of the series, so do stay tuned in with us. But congratulations to for the winner. So guys, for the person who won, actually make sure to message Gamer.LK Facebook page with your details so that they can get in touch with you with your prizes courtesy of SLTMOBITEL Esports. Again, before I head out, I need to remind you all, head on over and check out the SLTMOBITEL Esports platform, which is absolutely amazing. If you all want the link should be in the description. If not, the website is esports.slt.lk. Head on over to the site. You all can check out how many things they do have to offer. For everyone who took part in the tournament, you all already know about the platform. You all have got a little bit of visibility as to what they offer. Do check it out even more. They do have their own store as well, where you all can buy multiple things like Valorant points, whether it's Free Fire, PUBG, or Steam gift cards. There's a lot more involved, so do check it out. And they do have a monthly subscription process as well if you all want to get involved in it. And mind you, this is not limited to SLTMOBITEL customers only, so even if you're not using SLTMOBITEL right now, you all can still join in to the platform and subscribe and walk away with some amazing prizes depending on how well you perform in certain tournaments. But having said that, I will be heading out until we see you all again next time with quarterfinal game number 2. I'll be right back, guys. See you guys.